So, if you're aiming to be a leader in the hospitality world, you're going to face a really tough question, and you'll face it sooner than you think. How do you justify a major investment in something like AI when its biggest, most valuable benefits are, well, invisible? Today, we're going to break down the exact framework you need to answer that question, and in the process, build a truly future-proof hotel. Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career right at the intersection of modern hospitality operations and technology. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to this online learning journey. We're really looking forward to supporting your professional growth in this incredible industry. Okay, let's just dive right into the heart of the problem with this one question. It's something every general manager, every leader has to wrestle with. You can see the potential of a new technology, you can almost feel the impact it's going to have. But the most important benefits, they just don't show up on a simple spreadsheet. So how do you convince the people holding the purse strings to make that investment? And that really brings us to what we call the AI investment challenge. It's a universal hurdle for sure, but it's one that requires a much more sophisticated approach than, say, buying new kitchen equipment or renovating the lobby. Look, for any executive, for any owner, every single dollar has to be justified by its return on investment. It's ROI. That's just business 101, right? But here's the catch with AI. A simple traditional cost-benefit analysis just doesn't capture the whole story. It's not enough. We need a new way of thinking about it, a framework that we call total impact. So let's start with the part of the equation that feels familiar, the part that everyone understands, calculating the hard ROI. This is really the foundation of your entire business case. Hard ROI is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. These are the numbers you can point to on a report, the tangible, direct, and easily calculated financial returns. Think of it as the cold, hard cash, saved or earned, that you can literally track in your accounting software. No guesswork involved. Let's use a real-world example here. Imagine you implement an AI-powered chatbot that can handle 80% of all the routine guest questions. You know the ones, what's the Wi-Fi password? What time does the pool close? Suddenly, the hard ROI becomes crystal clear. You can directly measure the drop in calls to your front desk. You can calculate the exact labor hours and therefore the labor costs you've saved. And that same logic applies across the hotel. Using AI to predict what your kitchen will need cuts down on food waste, or having an AI manage the HVAC system to optimize heating and cooling. Those are direct, measurable savings that show up right on your utility bills. But you know, that's only half the story. And frankly, it's the less interesting half. To truly get the full picture of AI's value, we have to unlock what we call the soft ROI. Now, this is where the real strategic, long-term value gets created. I want you to think of an iceberg. The hard ROI, all those cost savings we just talked about, that's the visible tip. You can see it, it's obvious, but it's actually the smallest part. The vast, powerful mass hidden beneath the water, that's the soft ROI. This is where you find things like enhanced brand equity, sky-high guest satisfaction, and improved employee retention. It's the hidden foundation that your entire business is built on. So to put it simply, soft ROI is all about those intangible, strategic wins. It's not about saving a dollar today. It's about building a brand that's worth millions more over the next 5 to 10 years because of unwavering loyalty, a stellar reputation, and your position as a leader in the market. Imagine this scenario. An AI system is monitoring your hotel's equipment, and it predicts that the air conditioning unit in room 501 is about to fail. So maintenance gets an alert, and they go fix it before a guest even checks in. You see, you didn't just prevent one little complaint. You prevented a scathing one-star review that could have deterred hundreds of potential guests and damaged your hotel's reputation for years. That one preventative action has an absolutely immense, though invisible, financial value. And this is where soft ROI really hits the bottom line. When AI helps you personalize a guest's stay and make it unforgettable, they are so much more likely to book directly with you next time instead of through a third party. And as this chart clearly shows, direct bookings are way more profitable because you're not paying those huge commissions to online travel agencies. That guest loyalty, a classic soft ROI metric, translates directly into more profit in your pocket. So, the big question is, how do you actually track all of this? The visible and the invisible? Well, you can't measure everything on day one. A smart evaluation needs a phased approach, a strategic timeline. Let's take a look at what that means. In the first 90 days, right after you flip the switch, your focus is entirely on operational efficiency and capturing that hard ROI. Are you saving those labor hours we talked about? Are energy costs dropping? Then, as you look out over the next 12 to 24 months, you start measuring the impact on revenue growth and key guest loyalty metrics, like repeat bookings and direct booking ratios. And then, beyond the 2-year mark, that's when you can truly assess the long-term impact on your overall market share and brand equity. This phased approach is so important because it allows you to build a comprehensive story over time. It lets you go back to your stakeholders and present the full compelling picture, the total impact of your AI investment. So here it is, the key takeaway for every future leader in this room. Getting that big investment approved, it isn't just about a spreadsheet filled with cost savings. It's about painting a much bigger picture. It's about creating a compelling vision that balances those immediate, tangible savings with the powerful, long-term strategic advantages that will define your success. So here's your 4-step plan. It's simple. First, quantify every single penny of hard ROI you can find. Get specific. Second, articulate the massive strategic value of the soft ROI, the brand, the loyalty, the reputation. Tell that story. Third, present your phased timeline to show everyone you have a credible, thoughtful plan to measure success over time. If you do those 3 things, you will secure the investment you need to build a truly future-proof property. And that brings us to a final question, a thought for you to carry with you throughout your careers. Because technology will only get faster, and new, game-changing investments will always be on the horizon. So when it's your turn, when you are the general manager responsible for the success of your hotel, how will you use this framework to secure the investments that will define the future?